So I recently did a pretty dumb thing. I was out with friends and went to McDonald's to order 20 Big Macs. My brother's girlfriend didn't want anything, so we had 20 Big Macs for 3 guys. One step closer to a heart attack. You know, I always say a real man is not supposed to do 100 push-ups, but to eat 4 Big Macs. And so we did. And I died. But the best thing that happened that night was that later when we were just chilling in the car, I wanted to eat another burger. So I pulled it out of the bag, and what do I see? Frigging 3 burgers in the Big Mac. Best day of my life. Long story, no sense. That in particular reminded me of a pretty dumb incident that happened to me in the past. And now I'm gonna tell you the story. When I was younger, my friends and I were really fascinated by fire, and so we would always make little bonfires out of newspapers we found in the trash cans. We extinguished the fire every time, obviously, but that alone was already dumb enough, because we were doing those fires in the woods. So one day, one of my friends said, "Let's make a fire in a house." Yeah! Yeah! Oh my god. There was one house in particular we had in mind. It was a big apartment building with 4 floors, but don't worry, the building was abandoned for a few years at the time, so no one was in there. So we grabbed as much newspapers as we could and brought them all to the 2nd floor. I mean, what can go wrong, right? It's not like a fire in a closed room could lead to a fast death due to a combination of carbon dioxide and monoxide. No! Now really, that wouldn't happen because at the 2nd floor there was a big garden inside the house with an open roof. So we started the fire and it kind of escalated because we made the fire too big. We didn't organize it. We were just throwing stuff into the fire and standing like, "Whoa, look at how big it gets." But at one point I looked up and realized there was way too fucking smoke coming from the house. Like, how dumb can a person be to not realize that if there's no roof, the smoke will be seen way easier by other people? And there were other houses nearby the building. So I run over to my friends, told them that if we are not gonna extinguish the fire soon, people will see the fire and call the police or the fire department. Panic. I said panic. Because we didn't know what to do. We had no water. How are we supposed to extinguish fire without water? It's too big to just stab it out. Which was our usual tactic. But my friend Dima said, "Guys, I know what we can do. We're just gonna pee on it and we may be able to extinguish it if we do it all together at the same time." We just looked at each other and be like, "Okay, let's do this." One guy in the group, the biggest troublemaker, said, "Come guys, fishbone one, we're gonna do this together, okay? You fuckers, why am I the only one doing this?" So peeing didn't seem to work, obviously, so we tried doing it another way. 2 guys keep an eye out on the fire, while the rest splits up and search for something useful left in the house. So we searched for something useful, and we actually found something. A carpet. I mean, it should work, right? Just fucking choke the fire with it and we actually managed to extinguish it out that way. Yay! Luckily no one showed up or seemed to notice the fire, which I don't know is a good thing. Fun fact, the building got demolished later anyway, so the city could have saved some money like this if we hadn't extinguished the fire. But who would fucking burn a building down? Like, who? And the cost for police, fire department, stuff like that is too high anyway. But come to think of it, I have witnessed so many dumb stories I could tell about. And sometimes I'm questioning myself whether it's all for waste or whether it was all for waste. But then I think about the fact that I can make videos about those dumb stories and then I'm happy. Because I'm never happy.